All right, it is Wednesday, November 15th, just about 6:50 in the morning. I realized yesterday that I didn't update. I got a loss yesterday and I didn't update the NLTS total strats, the all. It's actually supposed to be 13 losses now. So, fix that. So now it's 75% is accurate. Because I did get that loss on the OJ yesterday. So 6 and 4 is 10 losses, plus 3 is 13 losses. So that's correct now. And today looks like a messy day. Let's see what kind of channels we have here. Looks like something like that with an overshoot. That's how it seems. So you also have this tight one. And then from here, so you have that tight one. From here. So from here, just like that. So there's some pretty complicated channels. Seems very range-like. Maybe I'll draw that. Try that for now. So yeah, let's see if we can turn things around here. PA3 is definitely in danger if I get any more losses. All right. Seems like there's maybe kind of some support there. So it doesn't look like it's going to be an easy day based on this so far. I feel like there hasn't been really any easy days lately. At least not for me. Hello here.
Order submitted.
Getting it to it too late. think it's already gone too far. I'm just gonna wait.
Order canceled.
Alright, so that's broken. Let me take that off. Possibility of something like that. First entry long, second entry long there. Looks like the LO is going to work. All right, I'll pause here and wait for a good setup. Could be first entry long, second entry long failure.
Order submitted.
Let's see what happens here. So there's room down there.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Second entry short too, if it triggers. Uh-oh. Not good. I've been getting caught on these a lot lately. Can I catch a break? Doesn't look like it. Here's a loss.
Order filled.
I just really suck lately. I mean, it looked like his first entry long, second entry long, failure, key entry point, room to a measured move. Maybe I just need to stop trading pats. I suck at pats. Yeah, right on the key entry point. How much did I lose this time? 3 points. Well, my losing streak continues. Let's fix the stats. Failed second entry long. I'm now 0-2 on YouTube. Really bad with pats. And overall, it makes me 42-18. I think I kind of have to just stop trading pats for a while again. It's just really bad. All right, now I'm really in bad shape here. I've got less than $20 on my trailing drawdown. I don't even think, oh yeah, I have one win since I've gotten this account. It's just really bad. I mean, I understand the break, 2 legs to a new low here, but man, I mean, that's like, see, these wider channels get me in trouble. I'll leave it there so I remember what it was. It's like, yeah, in the ranges, you really just can't draw the wider channels. That's where I go wrong typically.
Order submitted.
Looking for an OJ here to retest the bottom of that though. If it sets up. Because I still think even though it's wrong for pats, I guess for this trade in the range, if the OJ does come, I believe it will work to get to the bottom. Just has close a little lower. No, didn't close low enough there. Perhaps if this one closes slightly lower, I can take it. You close anywhere at the bottom of the wick right now, I think will give me the OJ. So they close there. Maybe I'm just reading this wrong. Maybe this is the bottom of the range and it was a failed breakout. That's possible. Even though I'm thinking range, I'm still going to take the OJ if it closes down here because I still think it needs to retest that low if it happens. This is kind of like the last chance right now. All right.
Order
Not thinking
canceled.
that anymore. Yeah, I had that line originally, and when it went below, I erased it and ignored it. There's a lot of touches there. Just got fooled. What can you do? I think this is the bottom of the range. That's where all the touches are. And I just got fooled by the failed breakout and the fact that, it looked like a confirmation of a wider channel. Ranges continue to be a weak spot for me with path strategy. With both my strategies, actually, honestly. All right, pause here. So yeah, just how this is going back to the top now, I definitely got fooled by where the bottom of the range was. It's the only thing that makes sense to me, because this low isn't even as low as this. So with all these touches, I should have left that line there, and then I would have seen that this was trading right into it still when it came back. So that's just my mistake, really. That's how easy it is to mess up on path strategy. Yeah, it's just like you have something and you overlook it because you think something else is happening. Because I measured the measured leg and said, oh, there's room. Key entry point. Oh well. Let's see what happens from here. Just on a really bad streak. I mean, even when I was trading paths before, I was trading better than this. I mean, 43%. It's terrible. I didn't adjust the, it's worse than that because I didn't adjust the percentage. It's 38%. It's just really bad. Like 8 trades. The best I can be in 10 trades is 50% now. That's as bad as I've ever been. It's like when I first started trading it. So, yeah, I was at least around 75% overall. That's just terrible. Not sure if I should even take any more path entries anymore, but it's like when you see something, if you don't take it, it's frustrating when you're drawing these lines. So I'm kind of in this quandary. I either have to decide to just stop taking them entirely or just live with the losses that I'm getting. It's definitely not helping me. I mean, 5 of my recent losses in the past 2 weeks. All right. Not sure what I'm doing. We'll see. I just marked this, actually it's here, because I did talk about that, the LO. I said I was going to wait. It's funny, it's ironic that because at that time I had this line for the possible range low. And so I decided to skip it because it was going into it, even though it was actually below it, would have worked. And then shortly after, I took the Pats trade that lost. Yesterday, I think it was the other way around. There was a Pats trade that would have worked. I waited for the Nlts trade, and then that one failed, but the Pats trade would have worked. So I'm a little bit, maybe it's just that I'm trying to do both. I mean, this just fooled me. You know, once I took that line off, it just fooled me. But I think I am struggling with trying to do both as well, honestly. And right now I have this channel up. We had a bit of a failed breakout now, it looks like, of what looks like the top of the range to me. And now, and we had an overshoot of the channel. And now we have a break. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So there might be a lower high, but it's kind of stacked up. When I call it out and I don't take the trade, it'll work, right? Maybe a failed second entry long I could take. Not expecting a retest of the high because of the overshoot. So I'll get ready
Order
for that,
submitted.
just in case. these bars weren't stacked this way, I would have maybe considered the lower high, but that just looked a little weird to me. Lower high definitely would have worked. This looks like the kind of failure that when I take on my lose. EMA's flat. It's like coming out of the channel, potential channel. It's not confirmed yet. Hopefully it won't even try to trick me. And
Order canceled.
6 tick risk. It's just not even at a key entry point. I'm not really sure what's happening here. Well, there's just no setup, so let me pause here, see what happens. I gotta say, I'm getting really good at losing. I mean, I've only got 2,000 left on the free account of drawdown. These evaluations are fine, but I'm just sucking. And this PA is nearly blown. But yeah, I have somewhat of a calmness about me today, so that's good. I've been doing so much losing that I'm becoming a good loser. So hopefully that'll help me somewhere along the way. All right, let's see what happens. All right, I just walked away.
Order submitted.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try a new setup that I haven't been taking. If this candle turns back around and goes above, just want it to go above this candle one more time. Kind of second guessing it though. It seems like if I would have taken it, I was thinking to take a BT, which leads to the LO. I don't have an LO, but it's considering what happens if I start taking BTs as trades. Now the question is it first entry, second entry long to retest the high of this? So mental note, if I had taken a BT, that would have been a loss.
Order canceled.
But if we get a second entry long, actually,
Order submitted.
off of this old resistance to retest the high, that might actually be something worth considering. No signal bar currently.
Order
I'm actually just
canceled.
going to refresh my historical data. Right, it's the same. So no PATS entry here. So I'm going to pause. All right, so the nature of this, I'm tempted to want to move my range here. I'm just curious what it even looks like. If I do that, then all of a sudden this becomes the midline, which kind of works. So I'm going to leave it like this now. So we'll see what happens. So I am looking at this first entry long, second entry long. Could be a higher low with a triple test.
Order submitted.
Well, it's not a higher low anymore. All right.
Order
Scratch that
canceled.
idea. There's a PB down here if it
Order
just keeps
submitted.
going. You gotta be careful because we are at what might be a midline. Didn't make it all the way to the top. think it's just too early to even say right now.
Order canceled.
Keep watching this. All right, I'm watching a couple things here. It seems like everything should be played out to the top side, even though we didn't reach the high of what could be a range up there. Could be a first entry, second entry long, and a second entry short at the same time.
Order submitted.
And it's also possibly can lead into a PB. So I'm just going to watch this. Right, so if it gets down here, there's a potential PB still. I would have preferred to have gotten that path set up in a way, but the other thing is maybe it's not so wide. Maybe it's just going to be this. Something. So if I do get a PB down here, I'll take it. Looks like it would happen below the midline. The other thing though, I do have to be a little careful about is a potential range like that. And PB would be lower, like over here, I think. In fact, this would be more like this. In which case you have the down channel break retest already. Just gonna get ready in case a PB does trigger down here. There's not enough here to say that this is support of a range. I'm just thinking, put this back. It's a possibility. PB is just kind of like down here. It's not very defined other than the midline. First entry, second entry long at the midline. I don't see any reason to expect it to go back up other than just that didn't get to the highs, but doesn't seem like a good trade here. Yeah, I don't know. Not really sure what's happening. Definitely feels rangy up in this area now, though. Yeah. Cancel the order.
Order
Pause
canceled.
and see what develops. Definitely makes me second guess a PB now if it does set up over here. It's another case where if I wasn't looking at this stuff, I would just take my NLTS strategy on its own. But just no setup right now, so I'm going to pause. All right, well, it is looking like it's going towards a PB. I'm going to get ready.
Order
just in
submitted.
Case. I'm a little bit unsure. There's not really any reasons for it to go up, other than maybe it just wants to really get to the top of here. This could be a higher low after second entry long. Just looked like it was going back down. Higher low, but into the midline. All right, I think I just got fooled into thinking it was going to go down.
Order
there.
canceled.
Pause again. The higher low is tempting. I just really don't know what's happening right now. I'm just going to pause. All right, so anyone that would have taken that higher low would have got stopped out. And there's a white PB that triggered, but I'm not taking that. Didn't quite fit the rules regardless, and just not sure what's happening here.
Order
Reporting
submitted.
here for possible LO. Oh. Not as bearish this last bar as I would have liked. Doesn't look like it's going to trigger anyway. This doesn't look too legit. So this is a case of the BT that would have worked for a trade. I'm starting to track those because I've always looked for a BT before the LO. That's like what sets up the LO. But then I started thinking recently, well, what if I just started taking the BT and not wait for the LO? I would have got a 6-tick scalp here on this bar if I had done it right there. So I'm just kind of tracking those and keeping them in mind and considering starting to take them potentially. All right, now I don't really have a setup, so I'll pause again. All right, got a potential PB to the long side coming up here, but you still need to retest the lows here, and I've got to stop soon. I got to stop in the next 15 minutes or so, 10 minutes. Just haven't seen any trade I could take. I mean, I did kind of see there's like this little tight range here. And I saw there was like a failed breakout right along this, but I don't know. I don't usually take those kinds of trades, and not a lot of room to this, so just didn't feel confident about taking it. This is a range still, so you could kind of probably ignore this maybe. But when I seem to ignore things that I see like that, that's usually when I'm taking a trade in the wrong direction, and then it does play out to retest that low. Just a super choppy day. Tight range. I moved my range highs back to here, so it's like a failed breakout up here again. Whether that's right or not, who knows? It hasn't really come into play for anything other than I can see first entry long, second entry long failure, and first entry short, second entry short above the EMA. But it's not a trade I would have taken, but it's kind of like a failed breakout and retest it and come back in. But yeah, market's just been hard for me lately. Got fooled on this trade earlier, And, you know, I had this line in mind originally. And then when it came down here, I just decided, oh, this must be the bottom of the range. But got stuck in that trade right at that support level. So that's like something I should know better when trading PATs, but it got me today. And just got to learn from it. So there is kind of a potential PB up here. Not really sure. What to think. It's like at the midline of the range. I always feel like that's where the PBs lose lately. I'm just not feeling today's market, so I'm going to take my one loss and go home and do a wrap-up video real quick and then get out of here. So that's it for today. It's a bummer. You know, really looking forward to having a great day. I know it's going to happen sooner or later, but that's it for today. And I'll do a review. You can check out the review if you sat through this. I got some thoughts. All right. Thanks. Bye.